Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace be upon you all and welcome to the channel. In this video, which will be a quite a short video, I will be demonstrating how to replace colors for sprite editing rather quickly instead of actually coloring through every particular section with a different color. I discovered a method that would help expedite the procedure for everyone, and I wanted to show this through another video. This will be an intermission between my Arabic tutorial video and the Quranic recitation tutorial series as well. So before we start, I'd just like to make a quick introductory message. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين وارض اللهم عنا معهم أجمعين اللهم آمين. The summation of what I stated just now is that before we start any action, it is best that if we praise and pray for Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace be upon him, before we start. That way, the action is blessed by God. I will be starting my videos with this introduction from now onwards. People have advised me, because I am Muslim and I am doing these videos to help and benefit people, so that I should start with our traditional introductory message to help bless this action and those who see it. So I have a sprite sheet here from a game, or a game engine, I should say, on Steam called SRPG Studio. And even though it is a strategy RPG, it technically allows you to create tactics RPG instead. Tactics RPGs involve turns, whereas strategy RPGs involve real-time events, such as Age of Empires, for example, which is one of my favorite strategy RPGs. So I honestly do not know why they chose strategy instead of tactics, but it does not really matter. It is mainly designed for people who are interested in creating games similar to, if not the same as, Fire Emblem series, which I honestly do not like. They are quite overrated. However, I am designing a game on SRPG Studio simply to show how I would envision a proper Fire Emblem game, which I believe will be creating a separate video series for my character creations for that game. But for now, I used a sprite sheet that is readily available to the owner of SRPG. If you purchase it from Steam, you will have access to the sprite sheets within the game, available in the game. You can also download sprite sheets from the workshop on Steam as well. I believe there are perhaps 1 or 2 sheets, if I recall correctly, available there, and perhaps the developers will add more, hopefully. The tutorial is designed specifically for the program Paint. I honestly do not know if this technique is found in other editing or illustrative software such as GIMP 2 or Photoshop or Illustrator, or perhaps even Clip Studio. I honestly do not know. But this technique is exclusive to Paint as far as I know. I could be wrong. And to be quite honest, when I edit sprites, I normally use Paint. Granted, other programs or other software are more flexible and robust, especially with rotations. It is rather difficult to rotate a particular segment or selection through Paint. It is rather tedious, I know, but I am comfortable with Paint. It is very simplistic to use as opposed to the more complex programs. So we will focus on this particular sprite for today. because it is only a technique to show how to replace or change colors quickly. Before I forget, I will choose the pencil tool to prepare pixel mode instead of the brush. And let us say I want to change the color of this archer's clothing. I know he does not have a quiver or a bow, but in the SRPG Studio Sprite sheets, the weapons have a separate sheet so that you can select a weapon and attach it to the sprite as you see fit. And this sheet is to create movements and animation for attack phases. So let us say I want to change the color of his attire. Let me choose, I will choose this shade of blue here, and I will create a color palette so that I can easily use the color picker tool. Now this will be the color that I want to replace. So this is the existing, I'll write it here with black. This is, okay, this is really ugly because I am zoomed in. I will say existing. Okay, so color number 1 will be, okay, I'll try to write the G here. Color number 1 will be the already existing color, the one that you wish to replace. Now let us say I want to replace this color with this green color here. So I will create a square here and fill it. I'll label this as replacement. I know that writing in pixel art should be much neater than this, but I do not wish to take too much of your time. So there we go, one more letter, there we go. Okay, so remember, in this arrangement, color 1 will be what you wish to replace, color 2 will be the color you wish to add or substitute. Now, how do we assign each color to their respective slot? For color 1, you will simply click on the color picker tool and select it, and it will be here assigned to color number 1. For color number 2, you can choose it from here. If it is a color absent from this color palette, let us say from the sprite here, and you wish to add it, let me give an example. This color, for example. This color is absent from the palette, so if you wish to add it here so that you can select it as the second color, go to Edit Colors and add the custom colors, and it should be there. Oh, I have to select it first, yeah. Add the custom color, and OK, and it will appear. Then you can choose it as color 2. Now for color 2, I would like, okay, so firstly I would choose this for color 1 and this for color 2. Then select the eraser tool. Let me zoom in a bit further. Press and hold the right mouse button, and while you have it held, brush or move your cursor over the place that the segments that you wish to recolor, and it should recolor. However, it is not recoloring here. I forgot the issue or the name of the issue that prevents recoloring from existing sprite sheets. To resolve that issue, all you have to do, and I wanted to show this on purpose because I encountered this issue before and it took me a while to resolve it. What you do is take your segment that you wish to edit, select it, copy it, and then paste it in a new paint canvas. Then once you start editing, the edits will appear. Okay, so let us start the arrangement again. Color 2 will be this. So remember, choose the eraser tool. As you can see, the eraser assumes the color of color 2. Press and hold the right mouse button and then hover with your cursor over the desired region, and as you can see here, the sprite has been recolored. Of course, you can do this with the entirety of the sprite. However, you will have to design or prepare the color palettes for the pre-existing colors, and then the color palettes for the new colors, and then switch each color individually, replace, and then move on to the next color. Also a quick note about hue and saturation. I am not well versed in the color theory or shading, so I will not speak too profoundly in this subject, but if you wish for as the same saturation as the selected color but a different hue, you can simply go to Edit Colors and select the hue that you wish. It will have the same saturation as the color selected but with a different hue. That would help you with shading. If you have 3 or 4 different shades of blue, you can prepare them. If you wish to replace them with red, for example, you can prepare them easily using that technique. Or you can simply memorize the numbers for the saturation, or you can believe this is luminosity, or you can use the RGB values if you would like. It is up to you. That is it for sprite editing. I hope this video was helpful and beneficial to the viewer. Thank you very much for your time. I will see you in the next video. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe and take care.